It's the peak of winter. North India is under the grip of intense cold conditions. The weather department has already warned of severe cold days ahead when the minimum temperature plunges below 10 degrees Celsius and the maximum temperature is at least 4 to 6 degrees Celsius below normal. The days are foggy and we haven't literally seen the sun for almost 10 days now. But the situation up north is slightly different. It is indeed very cold, but it has also been an exceptionally dry winter without enough snowfall. So all these hill stations in the lower Himalayan ranges, have not received their yearly bounty of snow, whether we talk about Manali or we talk about Shimla. A lot of tourists rush to these places at this time of the year, hoping to catch a glimpse of these snow-covered hills glistening under the morning sun. However, this time they're returning disappointed. Now, we spoke to the head of the weather departments in these states, in J&K, in Himachal Pradesh, as well as Uttarakhand, to understand what is really happening. And they all agreed that yes, the amount of snowfall this year has been quite less. They even say that there has been a decreasing trend of snowfall in these areas, especially in December, over the last 3 years, except for the winter of 2021, when we did receive good amount of snowfall. This is slightly bad news because the winter snow is extremely important for the Himalayan ecosystem, for sustaining the glaciers and the reservoirs and for the water availability. It's also important that if there isn't enough snowfall, that means the glaciers will tend to retreat faster and the melting will happen. But the glaciologists will tell us that we'll still have to wait for another 2 months to understand how much accumulation of snowfall has happened this year and what could be its eventual impact. But apart from that, winter rain is important for the rabi crops, for the winter crops which do need some amount of rain at this time of the year. We try to understand why it is so. We try to understand what is leading to this exceptionally dry winter. We spoke to the Director General of Meteorology, Dr. M. Mohapatra of IMD, We spoke to the Director General of IMD, Dr. M. Mohapatra, and he explained to us that this is because the number of western disturbances hasn't been enough this time. There hasn't been any strong western disturbance which impacted the region in December and even in the early part of January. These are extratropical storms coming from the Mediterranean Sea. They impact the Himalayan region and bring winter rain and snow. However, we did not see any strong system this year. Interestingly, if you say that, the direction of these WDs has been such that the Hindu Kush Himalayas in Afghanistan and J&K did receive good snowfall, but in the lower Himalayan ranges, the Western Himalayas did not see it. We dug a little deeper to understand if there is any long trend that climate scientists see in terms of snowfall, and yes, the long-term trends do show that the amount of snowfall in the lower Himalayan ranges is on decline. We are seeing more of rain and less of snow. Climate scientists say that yes, there is an overall warming trend, and in fact, warming in Himalayas is a little more pronounced than in the other parts of the world. And we saw how 2023 ended as the second warmest year on record for India, when we saw the average annual land surface temperatures about 0.6 degrees Celsius, more than usual. And we also know there is an El Nino brewing in the background, which is making the sea surface temperatures over the equatorial Pacific Ocean warmer than usual. So these are all our situations happening in the background. But yes, less snowfall for the Himalayan region is definitely a bad news. But we'll have to still wait and see how the situation pans out in February. There has been times when we did not receive good snowfall in January, but the situation improved in February. But that we leave it to the weather department to decide. As of now, there is no prediction of any strong spell of rain or snow, at least over the next 1 week, at least till 17th of January. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for listening in.